and welcome back to the Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth. I'm Jason. I'll be your host today, should you decide to stick around. And you're of course invited to stick around if you're like me and you're wanting to, continue to build up your guitar practice. You found the right place. Good morning, Kevin. What's been shaking, my friend? Yeah, these M Phish, good morning. Here we go. Just getting a little bit of enjoying the back of this seat. The seat back is definitely appreciated. Good morning. Just plugging along. That's a good plan. Mark, good morning. Robbie's on board. Hey, good morning, Robbie. We've got the welcoming committee all established and all set and ready to go. Why don't we go ahead and get going? We'll just get started. If you have any things that or any questions at all, guys, if you have hey, Riwaz is back. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you. Great to see you. And if you guys have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to shoot the breeze with us. And as you know, we'll try to, as we see new people come in, we'll go ahead and just kind of like help to guide each other, to maybe focus on the live stream action, you know what I mean? And, but I think it's been really fun for the past few days. We've kind of been going right off the rails a little bit. So, I mean, if that happens, it's okay. But like, you know why we're here. We're here because we're starting with Mr. Metronome, Ms. Metronome, whatever you want to say. We've got this really nice metronomic feature plugging along. Speaking of plugging along, we've got this 60 beats per minute, and this is just workhorse city. And this is great for all of us because now what we have is a constant. We have a constant upon which we can build our basis. We want to build our basis for understanding on the guitar. So let's go ahead and start that with, we'll work through, oh man, mostly crazy all the time. Say hello to mostly crazy all the time. This guy is a smoking hot guitar player. I'll tell you what, if you haven't heard a band called I wasn't quite sure how to take the band's name at first, and I'm still not totally sure. I don't have a real backstory on it. But there's a group called Nun, N-U-N, like Nun Puncher, and the guitar work and the singing and like the whole band is like legitimately pulling off the things that that you shredders all want to pull off. So the vocal, everything is just so good, So don't hesitate by going to give them a little bit of support too, and a little bit of love, and help spread the good news about people who, and especially guitar practitioners like Mostly Crazy all the time here, people who are doing the work and people who are No joke. Like, mostly crazy, like life will grab us by the bullhorns once in a while and it'll decide to just steer, no pun intended. It'll just drive us around for a while. And then when we come up for air, we'll kind of be gasping for air and we'll go back under and it will just sort of drive us around. And then we come up again for an extended period of respite, and we realize that we're still guitar practitioners. And the fact that you continue to come back here time and time again is just remarkable, and thankful for that. And we were just getting ready to just begin, but you kind of took us off guard. Thank you so much for that super chat. Literally every little bit counts. This is literally what I do I've always sort of done music sort of as my profession, and I have friends who talk about, let me go ahead and get us started, and they'll kind of yap along here. But I've had friends who are like, school psychologists who just play gigs in the nights and weekends, and he comes to the studio to learn how to, play some guitar and stuff like that, and kind of elevate his game and how to just have fun with it, and Ricky was saying, he's like, Jason, I'm so glad, and I don't know if he realized, but he's like, I'm so glad I don't have to do music first as a source of income. And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I don't think you do. We don't really do music as a source. It's sort of it's like what we do, right? And it's always a bonus when you can sort of make a living doing what it is you do. So that is a fortunate situation, and so I deeply appreciate this, Mostly Crazy. Thanks for being here again. Alex, good morning, Alex. Please play the most popular song you know. That's a good question. Oh, come on. Hey, everyone. Let's get out. Teach more thumbs up. Yeah, I love guitar. Active Network, good morning. And Rewise. Which football team do you support? Are you talking about like American football or European football? Because I'm a Sunderland AFC guy. I'm a Sunderland. Sunderland's my host city. You know what I mean? My host town. And so if you have any Sunderland fans here, I'll tell the story about how I walked through Leeds, England, UK with Great Britain, England with my Sunderland shirt on, and I survived it. But I didn't know, as a sort of a Yank, you don't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, we are just kind of working along in this morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm going to change my knees here. Let me go ahead and just get you over to this place, just so I can prevent workplace injury. But if you're talking American football Euro, yeah. I think, Manchester United, I'm a Mankey Bassett, or, Manchester's great. They're all great, but I typically tend to like the English football clubs. I used to go party with some of them after I was over there, with some football clubs too, with some rugby clubs. And if you haven't done an after game party with a rugby club, a European rugby club in Sheffield, I'll tell you what, you're missing out. It's a little high speed for me at this point in my career, but I certainly do remember enjoying every little moment of that. Yeah. I guess I'm going to need to do a little bit of adjustment on this guitar neck, because I'm still feeling like if I push a little bit too hard, if I ask too much of the high E string, I get a little squawk back, I get a little talk back. And Daddy doesn't like it when they talk back. All right, fingers 2 and 4. Here we go. Frets 9 and 12. Fingers 2 and 4. My band got first today. Your band got first, and now who's your band? Who do you like for European football, Ruaz? Who's your favorite team? I saw that on your channel you've got some football. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. See what we can do with this sun gun, right? All right, here we go. Who's your favorite football team? I'm kind of curious now. Liverpool. Oh man, Liverpool. That's who. I had a couple of friends from Liverpool. Liverpool. Like, yeah, we'd say like all the time. Like, you know what I mean? We'd have some snake bites and watch some footy. Watch some footy. And it was every other word was like, you know what I mean? Like, just had some great times, you know, great times, and a lot of guitar playing, Liverpool, there was the Newcastle Brown, the Newquay Brown, and then there was the Boddingtons. I don't know if Boddingtons is still around, but I kind of I don't really do that stuff anymore, you know what I mean? I've been using jogging and yoga and intermittent fasting to, you know, help to solidify my guitar practice, so I'm very focused on it. Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd is my favorite music. I remember the first time we listened to The Wall. So we're moving right along, fingers 1 and 4 on frets 7 and 12. And then I remember do you guys remember the first time you listened to Pink Floyd, The Wall? I remember the very first time I listened to the Wall album. And I think I was scared. I think it scared me. And then over the years, I just it becomes more and more just amazing, like the sounds and the productivity that was captured on that particular album. It's difficult it would be tremendously difficult to replicate that sort of effort, you know, concurrently, right? Do you know what I mean? We'd be hard pressed to find another Wall album. Of course, you know, Nun Puncher is basically the metal equivalent of that, so you know, that's right. So here we go. So 1 E and a 2, and fingers 2 and 3 and 4 go. Fingers, we're back up to the 3-finger groupings, which is great news for us. Why is that great news? Because Uncle Jason said so. No, it's great news because it's that means we're moving along in our day-to-day activity. We are focusing on breath a little bit this morning. Let's go ahead and focus on breath for just a moment here together. Super exciting, right? Jason, I need to go now. I can later. I will come to your live to see you. All right, we'll see you again, Ruaz. Good morning. Have a super day. So mostly crazy. So let's talk about this. Me and my mom instrument is, yeah, it's tough. Together in her, did I missed something. Congratulations, Riwaz, on getting first place. I'm not sure what that means, but Congratulations. Oh, Ayana Edits, good morning. Shape of You, Shape of Me. If you, I believe I have a variation of a guitar tutorial of Shape of You here at Jason Carey Guitar. Right here on YouTube, you can go check it out if you'd like. The Wall album in her van, I meant, oh yeah, great, gotcha, I'm with you. Are you mostly crazy? Do you have any, do you put YouTube videos on your channel? Is there stuff that I can go look at? Are you doing that yet? Because I'd really like to just see what's going on, you know. Any new music on the horizon? Any good listening that I'm missing out on? Anyone like to share any new music with me? Lex, good morning. Good morning, Lex. So, your favorite music video of all time, I'm going to go back to, you know, Mike and the Mechanics, In the Living Years. I don't know if you've seen that one or not, but I always fancied that guitar tone. You know, what a great guitar tone. That's one of my favorites. You know, I think another one of my personal favorites is Jeremy from Pearl Jam. And then, oh, another one more, top three for me, at least for this morning, based on, probably has something to do with what I ate I did eat breakfast this morning. Minnesota Picker, nice hat, yeah. Thank you so kindly for being here, friend. Wild Crazy Country Girl, yeah. Luke Bryan, you got it. Luke Bryan. I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to mention I'm sort of slightly loosely affiliated with Luke Bryan in a way that I can't really talk about it yet, but so you know, hunting, fishing, loving every day, what it takes to be country, you know, he's going on his tour right now. He's doing his, you know, family farm tour. Just pay careful attention to the guitars he's playing, you know. All right, where are we at? 1, 2, 4. Thriller, you know, a Thriller record was a good one, you know. Wild Crazy Country Girl. I love the Luke Bryan, love the Michael Jackson. I love that you love the hat. I really appreciate the compliment of the hat. You can get one of your own if you really would like. It's got a little Jason Carey guitar sticker on it, and I have a little merch store here on YouTube where you can get that hat if you're interested, and if you want to do it a different way, you can always email me at Jason or grow at Jason Carey Guitar, and I can have my guy up the road, my neighbor printer, print one off, and I can send it over to you any way, any old way you'd like to do it. But it's a good hat. It's a good solid hat to have. And it is important to be a happy picker, because, you know, we could be not picking, in which case I'm be a whistling, you know what I mean? I'm a whistling person, or humming. I like to do that kind of stuff. Enough so that I'll disrupt an office space, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go ahead and set our morning intention. We're a little late this morning, but that's okay. And we're just going to set our morning intention for this morning ritual for guitar growth. And I'm going to set an intention that's specifically for me, and you can set one specifically for you. And if you're working on something in particular, you want to get you know, a recording project completed, or you're writing a song, or you're wanting to get that song complete, now is a good time to go ahead and just something happy, something joyful, just a good solid intention for this hour. While you spend that time down on the seat and your guitar with yourself. You know, me and my guitar, always in the same mood. I'm mostly flesh and blood and he is mostly wood. So I don't know if you know that tune, but Tony Rice did a great version of that tune. The late, great Mr. Tony Rice. Yeah, the reason a lot of us play guitar, many of us play the bluegrass guitar. We get pretty grassy because of him, you know. Let's see, who do we have here? Thriller is another great one, you know, obvious. That's sort of an obvious one I just kind of neglected for some reason. Glad you mentioned it. Merle Haggard, Stripped Down, Model A. Now you're talking about the Pickers, right? Yeah, that's some mad good stuff right there. No, I've been banned from the band for social media. We got one animated video and another being made now. Oh, wow. Oh, sounds like you're definitely a metaler. You know, doing that, doing the things that metal should do, all properly done. One E and a 2, T E and a faux E. So it's 1 2 4 1 2 T 4 1 2 T 4 1 2 T 4. Just super simple. Let's just keep it super simple and just keep doing the guitar. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you are hoping to come back to the guitar, or you're, you know, looking to broaden your horizons, or maybe, you know, I don't know about you, but I want to show up to the gig and feel comfortable with what I know, and not just wonder about what it is everyone else knows that I don't know, you know? Yeah, so this is a great place to sort of remove barriers to accessing, you know, the deeper end of the guitar. But we're not in a hurry. You know, fortunately we have a good solid morning ritual practice to walk through together. And like I said, I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. and this is Eastern Time, and we're about ready to fall back. So if you're here, it's going to be, I start at 7:30 every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. But if you're not in daylight savings time, it's going to go back 1 hour. So it'll be an hour earlier wherever you are if you're not involved with daylight savings. I still don't understand. I don't properly understand daylight savings, but I understand financial markets, and I understand, you know, I don't really understand why we do it. Doesn't make any sense to me at all, but one day someone will explain it to me in a manner consistent with my understanding. Hunter Taylor, good morning. So let's go ahead and start again with fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, but this time we'll go ahead and use the stretch. We'll get to get stretchy with the fourth finger, and we're talking about your favorite music video of all time. So if you have a favorite music video, I get my horn out, but it's a little early. And just kind of get that foghorn blasting. But anyway, we're starting here with this fourth finger stretch. We're giving it a good go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or if you want, if you have your guitar, if you're feeling like this is too slow, you can obviously play it faster and just kind of run circles around me if you like. Or you could play it slower to the tune of 1 attack per beat, but this is all critical stuff to manage. And you're going to find the more time you spend doing this in the morning, the faster your overall reflexes are going to be in your day-to-day operations. I guarantee it. Something falls off the counter, you're going to pick it up before it hits the floor. You're going to catch it. This is definitely a beautiful neuroplasticity situation. Hey, Hunter Taylor, thanks for sub. I appreciate that. If there's certain things you're looking for in the world of guitar, please let us know, because we aim to be a wholesome guitar practitioner, a family of guitar practitioners here. So just keep us informed. Eminem, Slim Shady is my favorite. That's a good one. Dude, I love Eminem. Like, it's hard to express. Like, I love Run DMC. I love like DJ Shadow. I love Cypress Hill. I love the, you know, I don't get 200. I love Beastie Boys. I love the Eminem is just something. And the beautiful thing is we only have 7 different notes to work with in the chromatic, or 12 different notes in the chromatic scale, right? And all of this music and all of these differences are just so profound, aren't they? Let's go ahead and do the first finger stretch. And this one's for Jill. This is, Jill's usually here with us in the live chat, and she's a guitar builder. And we call this one the kickstand because I'm kicking my first finger back. I'm going to use my other lap just to give myself a little bit of balance here. Okay, so I would recommend, if you're playing on one side of you're going to start getting workplace injury if you don't start playing on the other lap. So just make those accommodations for yourself, because if you're going to stick around with us here, we play a lot of guitar. We are going places, right? We're not just doing this just to sit around and play pretend. I mean, it's fun, and we can do that. You're more than welcome to do this however you want, but I have a mission. I've always been goal-oriented. I've always had an attack plan, and I'm always playing offense, you know. And here's anyway. She nicknamed her first guitar that she built kickstand after this exercise. So what an honor and a privilege, you know. So we'll start with finger 1 kicked back a fret. So, and we'll walk through this whole situation. 4 attacks per beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E. And nice and square. Stalefish is back. Good morning. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. They do say that. I have some friends who live that. Yeah, some friends who live it. Hi, I'm Henry. I play guitar too. I love it. Awesome. Yeah, it's great to hear that. Congratulations on that. To continue playing the guitar. It's a beautiful thing to do. It's a beautiful thing to do. And if you can, it would be wonderful if you can start, teaching a little bit on your own too, because it just helps you to fortify what it is you already know. So teaching the children in your life, the family, your own children, your friends, one of the things I like to do is create these little bands, or get, these little arrangements where we can sort of meet once a month or once a week or every 2 weeks and jam as as friends. Do a little guitar jam or music jam or something. Those are super fun things to do, and it forces us, well, it doesn't force us to do anything, but encourages us to not be embarrassed by not knowing any songs. So it does encourage us to learn songs. Super important piece of being a guitar practitioner, I suppose, is learning how to play songs, right? So let's go ahead and do this warm-up. We're going to continue the warm-up with a stretch, and I like to keep a little bit of my undershirt showing, because that color contrast really makes a difference, doesn't it? That's what it's all about. It's really not about, you're going to find that if you stick around here for the time being, you're going to find that there's not much vanity involved here. I do get out of my pajamas to do this, but I feel like I don't really need to do that, because this is literally my morning warm-up. It's my literal morning warm-up routine, and this is what has made me, over the years, this ritual right here that I do every single day that I share with you that we're doing together every weekday morning. This is probably 20% of what, maybe less than 20% of what I actually want to be doing every day on my guitar. But stretching and body posture and breath work is super important to me, as it could be to you, you know? And when we come back from this stretch, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 2, T, fo, and then T, 2, T, measure, 4, 2, T, fo, and then switching off to T, fo, and 2, 2, and a fo, and a 3, and T, 4, and a fo, and a 2. Just got to remember which measure I'm in, you know, and that will help me get through this 2-minute, or what is it? About, you know, a minute or two stretch. I like to do this every 15 minutes if I'm playing the guitar. Like, another thing that I like to do is I do like to get up and stand up and stretch, and then do a forward fold, and then just get down there and then touch my toes, touch the ground, flat palm, you know, in the ground. Those are important pieces of the game. Just keep that lumbar sort of stretched out and released. You know, you don't want to build up that tension. Once we build up that tension in our system, it becomes really difficult to play higher, you know, higher speed, more complex passages on the guitar. So that's why I recommend keeping all of that stuff limber, you know. Good. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's check in with a couple of these comments though. First, what do we have going on here? We have Stale Fish, Low Smooth. Henry's playing the guitar, love it. Hunter Taylor, I'm a hop if I get finished soon, but keep it up. Yeah, come back again. M Phish, anyone remember the MTV video where it was a combination of real people and then them in a sketch pad? That's a great question. It might be in there. I'm sure it's in there. It's not coming to me. Anybody? Great. If you want to learn anything useful about music, maybe the violin partitas from Johann Sebastian Bach. What a great... Oh, Take on Me. You know what's funny is I was thinking that I woke up singing that this morning. Are you kidding me? Is that it? For real? Is it Take on Me? Take on me, take on, take me. I'm gonna have to re-listen to that too. What a great song. So many great songs out there, friends. Oh, that's it. So I guess Kevin's confirmed it. video stands out. Yeah. Guess what I'm watching immediately following this session? That is some crazy stuff. Like, I literally woke up singing that tune this morning. Wow. Did I mention that before this? I didn't mention that before this. Is that why you brought it up? Now I'm confused. Like, how in the heck did that just happen? Oh my God, like one of those moments, you know? maybe I'm having a senior moment. Oh, shoot. To life, back to reality. And the reality here is that we're going to continue progressing through this morning ritual. We are aging ourselves, gents. It's a beautiful thing to have lived this long, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing to be, and still be playing the guitar. Imagine that, you know, one day we will be longing for that thing we call the human connection. And today is that day, and every day. Because those kinds of things aren't really going out of style. Contact that we have, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's like the lessons that we learn in functional harmony and again in atonality and all of those things that we use as a framework upon which to build our musical careers and journeys and programs, you know, that we take on tour and, you know, deliver to audiences live across the world. All of these things that we, you know, think we know about humanity are all programmed, I believe, into the fabric of our musical experiences, right? And I know it's sort of, you know, if you're not the right person hearing me say this at the right time, good luck with your first impressions of me. But all of that silliness aside, I have a friend who's a long-time devoted guitar player. He's a beautiful, beautiful guitar player. And he Facebook messaged me the other day, about a month ago. I say the other day, about a month ago, and he was going through something, and he said, you know, Jason, he said, music is proof that God exists. And we find these really beautiful voicings. Like if we start getting a little bit crampy on our voicings, I like to talk about voicings on the guitar and where it came from, where the word voicing came from, and how it's applied for us as guitar practitioners, like the day-to-day, our application of the term voicing. And, or, you know, it might be playing. So that's a voicing. How did that become a voicing? So I want to come back to that, and we'll close our session out with that today. It'll be a pretty good discussion. It'll be a governance discussion, a discussion about interpersonal relationships, social intercourse. All of those things are basically architecture, everything, all of those disciplines are studied and observable right here on the fretboard of the guitar. You know, it's just a remarkable instrument. So let's go ahead and just finish up with this pentatonic system. We'll keep it nice and light because it's going to get a little deep bendy. But we're thinking 4 attacks per beat. And let's go ahead and see what happens if we offer open strings. No, let's not do that, but let's do that another time. One of the most famous guitar solos to ever resonate across the globe was that Stairway to Heaven, that intro, and he uses open strings in that pentatonic shape. And I don't know, they're kind of ghosted notes, but they're definitely present in his presentation there. So if there's evidence of open strings or those gaps being introduced in one of the world's most iconic rock guitar solos, there's some legitimacy to playing open strings in many different places on the guitar, right? And many applications. So right there. So we have that open. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about those implications a little bit. I know Mr. Joe Bonamassa uses that kind of technology. He's not a huge legato style player like Tom Quayle. Tom Quayle, if you haven't checked him out, he's a super player. And Mr. Quayle does a lot of this kind of stuff, you know, where he's but a lot of it's, you know, not picked, and then there's a note that's kind of got to be grabbed on a string skip, maybe he's using a finger to grab it instead of and he does a lot of that kind of stuff. So I think if you could also pick a lot of it like Mr. Bonamassa, and just kind of see where those open string insertions lead you. You know, it might not lead you anywhere right away, might not be interesting at all to you at the moment, But at some point, those open strings are going to become really important. They can act as cover fire while we're transitioning from one position to the next, you know, so those are really important. You know, those open strings are super important. And then minor pentatonic, that A position, every one of those open strings has a place, has a legitimate place in the C major pentatonic or A minor pentatonic system. So that's a great, you know, with the exception of the B string, of course, but all of it, it all works. So dropping open strings once in a while can really start to expand our style and our just general awareness of, you know, what key are we in, what belongs, and if it doesn't belong, how can we include it and then just kind of like absorb it into the flow of the melody or whatever. So there's a lot of discussion there, but I wanted to just sort of expand on that with I'd like to expand on that by opening that discussion of voicing. So since we're talking about A minor pentatonic or C major pentatonic, I wanted to just basically start thinking about what it is we're doing here, you know. So we're thinking, are we playing a major chord? Here I am, yeah. But I want to play that major chord on C, right? So I could play just the root, the 3, and the 5. And if we were singing in church choir, or we were playing, you know, singing the Three Stooges, hello, 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 you know, as we each popped our head out around the corner of the door, that hello, 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 that root 3, 5, or do, mi, sol, do, mi, fi, which we don't sing often. Do, mi, fa, mi, do. You know, there's a lot going on there, but what we're basically doing is we're thinking about these as separate and disparate voices. So the chorus used to sing root 3, 5. As soon as we figured out we could sing more than one note at a time, and eventually it became okay to do that polyphonic music that we experience just sort of for granted today. Many voices, right? So many sounds at once instead of you know, sort of like single note sort of chant work that precedes the capacity to have multiple voices singing at the same time. And so these voicings are basically consisting of multiple voices that we would have been singing in choir. And then, so instead of playing the C chord like we normally would, you know, the very first C chord I learned was, people say I'm no good, crazy as a loon. I get down, 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 lot of extended harmonies and voicings that we can play around that. So what I'm going to do is the typical chord that we would know, that we know. Hey, let me get rid of this because any Towns Van Zandt, Kit Kat's, very, very cool, very nice. Great question. Ocean, John Butler, very cool. Oh yeah, there's so many of the Towns Van, Van Zandt tunes. Just how about the one about the horse, Tennessee Stud, right? Long about 1825. Tennessee very much alive. Oh yeah, yeah. I drove away with my Tennessee Stud. Excuse me, boy, that one's giving me some allergies. What a great tune. So many great tunes. So we have these simple voicings that we know. The C, E, G, right? The C, the E, and the G. And then what we do is we start taking each one of those as a separate voice. So we can play them together, or we can arpeggiate them. Forward roll, we could reverse roll them. And then instead of the notes being strummed, like a Dylan song, like any of those Pete Seeger famous protesty songs, or it could be forward roll with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, cross style picking, or it could just be kind of raining down on us. Those reverse rakes or rolls do feel, and they sound and feel different, but we're focusing on a communication with multiple voices at the same time. Instead of a single note solo, we have multiple voices to be responsible for at once. So that C could also exist here on G, C, and E. And that changes the resonance of the chord. And those are all voicings because we're either adding voices or we're removing voices. We could be simplified down to one note, or and that's still, you know, it doesn't function as a chord, but it outlines the chord progression. Even though, you know, we'd have to know the song in order to set it. We'd have to know the song in order for it to gain any context. So just strictly speaking, let's reorganize these a little bit more. So we had the C, E, G. We moved the G down to the bottom of the C chord. So G, C, E, to fatten it up, thicken it up a little bit. Just kind of give it a little bit of thick gravy, you know. We've got the meat and the potatoes, the boiled potatoes and carrots. We've got a thin little stock on the plate, just covering it up. But you can thicken up that gravy, you know. You could add another voice on the bottom end, you know, put a little flour and butter in there and you know, make a roux, thicken it up. And that's kind of what this is. But what happens when we move that C chord? Then we have that same C chord, it's still a C progression. Oh, Sober, you just said Sober by Tool. That is a winner right there. Lost Plot, very cool. I put a penny a quarter in the jukebox. I hear long-haired country boy. Touch of Grey. Oh man, yeah, Touch of Grey was one of my favorites. I feel kind of like a cheater when I say that, but Touch of Grey is like, is it? That's as good. It's as good a song as I believe it to be, right? I mean, it's a good song, right? So you have the same chord progression with the same different voicing, right? So we have the C, the G, the C, and the E. Everything that it takes to make that C chord, right? And then the E minor, and then. But I'm playing the E minor here, G, B, and then E, which is a little different sounding. Have a lot of fun with these voicings. And another really cool way to sort of open it up for the guitar is to start thinking about this like root, 5, and then 3. Let me play Tool. If you guys haven't listened to Tool recently, like that Sober tune, that video was pretty ripping, wasn't it? I think it was like one of the first significant claymation films I saw outside of, you know, the typical holiday stuff. So here's another C with the C voicing. So let's revoice it so that we have the bottom voice and root, the next voice on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll take that 3 that we would have put here, and then we'll build it up in an octave. I'm an octave above. Oh, here we go. Have a great day, everyone. Until tomorrow. Thanks, Jason. Hug a loved one. Yes, amen, brother. That's a great advice. And with that, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to carry on tomorrow. And that was our sign-off cue. Our moderator, our channel moderator, our live chat moderator here, Mr. Kevin Haas, is implied that we're at 8:30. And we're just a little bit after. And your time, as you know, your time is so valuable, and as a matter of fact, it's irreplaceable, and so priceless. And I don't want to dilly-dally with you around with your time. So if you show up, I'll start on time and end on time. And I hope you have a wonderful day. In the words of great Kevin Haas, hug a loved one. That's a great one. Do it. Just go do it. All right. Until we meet again tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I wish you, what am I supposed to say here? I think I'm supposed to say